In the peaceful town of Brantley, Mary, a 28-year-old expectant mother, was filled with anticipation in the local hospital. Surrounded by a sense of community and love, she and her husband Ethan eagerly awaited the arrival of their son, Jake. As the hours passed, Mary endured the waves of pain, finding solace in Ethan's unwavering support. Hi there, we're Haunting Stories and we cover stories from all around the world. If you like this type of content, then consider subscribing to our channel as we bring never heard stories to you, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a new episode. Dr. Simmons, the obstetrician, exuded calmness as she guided Mary through labor. However, when Jake was born, the room fell into a deafening silence. Instead of the expected cries, a heavy atmosphere settled in. Dr. Simmons attempted to resuscitate him, but the room remained eerily quiet. With a heavy heart, she broke the devastating news to Mary and Ethan. Jake had suffered from neonatal hypoxia, a condition caused by insufficient oxygen during birth. Despite all efforts, he hadn't survived. The news shattered Mary's world. In her arms, she held a lifeless baby. The dream of motherhood slipping away, the room, once filled with hope, now was engulfed in sorrow. Her cries echoed the pain she felt, an emptiness consuming her soul. Amidst the grief, the room seemed to darken, the promise of new life replaced by an overwhelming sense of loss. Mary and Ethan clung to each other, their hearts heavy with sorrow. The dream they had nurtured was replaced by a heartbreaking reality. Their son was gone, leaving them in a silent room haunted by the cries that never came. The pain that gripped Mary's heart was unbearable. Each beat seemed to echo the absence of her precious Jake. The world that had once been filled with hope and joy was now shattered. The reality of Jake's absence consumed her. It was a connection to him, a tangible thread to her lost son. In the blur of tears and condolences, Mary clung to the agony, letting it envelop her. The small town of Brantley was shaken by the news of Jake's death. The grief spread like a storm, leaving everyone heavy-hearted. In Mary's eyes, once filled with dreams, now lay the devastation of loss. Ethan, equally shattered, tried to console his wife while grappling with his own disbelief. The house, once alive with anticipation, now drowned in sorrow. The neighbors and friends offered comfort and food, their acts of solidarity a small solace in the face of tragedy. Preparing for Jake's funeral was a harrowing task. Every detail stabbed at their hearts, from the white coffin to the flowers and the gravesite. United in their grief, Mary and Ethan faced the painful process together. The funeral, held in their home, felt surreal. Pastor Thompson's words of comfort seemed distant, irrelevant. The pain persisted, unyielding. The ceremony passed in a blur, and soon they found themselves at the cemetery. Beside Jake's tiny grave, Mary knelt, her tears watering the fresh soil. The headstone bearing Jake's name stood as a permanent reminder of their loss. As the coffin slowly descended, reality hit her like a sledgehammer. Her desperate sobs filled the stillness, her cries of, "God, give me back my son," echoing through the cemetery, a heart-wrenching plea that hung in the air with the depth of her grief. Under a clear sky, a deafening clap of thunder echoed, cutting through the calmness. No clouds marred the horizon, yet the sound was unmistakably real. Bewilderment hung in the air, and then a sound both surreal and miraculous filled the atmosphere. The cry of a baby. A tiny, fragile cry that shattered the silence. Mary, the mother who had just mourned her baby, felt her heart skip a beat. The cry seemed to emerge from the small coffin that was halfway to its final resting place. In a surge of hope and disbelief, Mary and her husband Ethan rushed to the coffin. With trembling hands, they opened the lid and were met with an astounding sight. The little Jake, wrapped in a blanket, was alive, crying and moving. The cemetery, once enveloped in grief, was now filled with shock and surprise and overwhelming relief. The quiet of the place transformed into a frenzy of energy. The baby was swiftly taken out, wrapped in warmth, while Ethan hurried to the car for help. Mary clung to her miracle, tears streaming down her face as she held her son, whispering comforting words. At the hospital, the medical team was astounded. Dr. Simmons, who had once declared Jake dead, now held the living, breathing baby in her arms. Every beat of its tiny heart, every breath he took was nothing short of a miracle. Dr. Simmons emerged from the examination room, her eyes reflecting her disbelief. She explained to the parents that Jake's test showed nothing wrong. His heart beat strongly, his lungs functioned normally, a phenomenon that defied medical explanation. The doctor tentatively suggested the possibility of Lazarus syndrome, a spontaneous return to the life after death, though this usually happened shortly after death. In Jake's case, it was unprecedented, a miracle that left the medical community and the town in awe. The mystery deepened when the very moment Mary cried out for her son, a clap of thunder had ripped through the sky, a phenomenon unexplained by meteorologists. This inexplicable thunder became intertwined with Jake's legend, a part of the enigma that surrounded his story. Time passed and Jake thrived, growing up as a living testament to the extraordinary. His laughter echoed through the once silent house, reminding everyone that even in the darkest moments, there is room for surprising miracles.